so this is the website I was talking about. Here you can see it right here, study.iceland.is. So here it's going to show you. Basically, this website has everything you need to know about studying in Iceland. So once you come here, let's scroll and see what it is about. Find out more. So now scrolling down, it says there are 7 universities in the country. Most of the higher education institutions are run by the state or private parties with state support. There are approximately 18,000 students enrolled in the higher education system, of which about 5% are international students. Wow. So this number is very small. And I'm not surprised looking at the number of people who are actually living in Iceland itself. So definitely there's a reason why the population is that small, and it's most likely because of the kind of place where the country is located. It's a mountainous region, and I think it probably has an active volcano, or earthquakes could actually be something that can happen in that place. So let's check the universities in Iceland. Now these are the universities on my left hand side here. You can see it's Agricultural University of Iceland, the Bifrost University. Sorry, I'm not clicking this. That's not what I intended to do. Bifrost University, the Holla University College, Iceland University of Arts, Reykjavik University, University of Akurey. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's gonna twist my tongue or remove my teeth. Then the University of Iceland. So this last one here is what we'll actually be checking out, and it's the oldest university in the entire Iceland. So let's go ahead and click on this and see. So it says it offers over 400 study programs spanning majority of academic disciplines. But then, what exactly is it that I want to check? Now let's check on information for international students, because that is what majority who will be watching these videos are. So for you to study at University of Iceland, so this is just like the portal. Now let us check the admission requirement. So admission requirement for undergraduate studies. Let's check this. So you can scroll down. There's probably supposed to be a place where you're supposed to ask which country. Oh, okay. So in general, the minimum requirement for admission to the University of Iceland is an Icelandic matriculation exam. So probably they have a kind of exam they do for those who, after they finish secondary school, they are supposed to take this exam or something like that. So let's see. It says to see if you meet the requirements stipulated by University of Iceland for admission to undergraduate programs, visit the entry requirement site. So let's open this in another link. So this is the admission requirement. So it says below you can find general information regarding entry. Let's just scroll down and type in our country. So let's say, for example, now Nigeria. Let's put in Nigeria for undergraduate studies. So for undergraduate studies, well, this is one thing I mentioned earlier. Here you can find information about how to meet English requirements with previous studies, blah blah blah. But now let's check. For bachelors, if you are going there just for the first time, you are going to university to study from the beginning, from your 100 level, from your part 1, so to say. So these are things that you need. It says you need your senior school certificate plus 1 year of higher education studies. So that's probably for those who, have graduated from a secondary school and have probably started maybe a polytechnic, a college of education, or university. Or your WAEC. Yes, your WAEC showing 5 subjects pass at O level and 3 subjects pass at A level. Now this is where these people are confusing me, because I know that our WAEC is O level. I don't know where the 3 subjects pass at A level is but basically what they need is just submit your WAEC. So those who already have an OND can also use that as well. Then Nigerian Certificate of Examination combined with University Board Matriculation Exam, UME. I think this is NECO or something. So it says also ask your institution to send a confirmation of your graduation. So if you have all these requirements, so basically let's say as a Nigerian now, you've not gone to any university before, all you need is your WAEC or your NECO. Then if you have this, go to the school where you graduated from and ask them to send like a testimonial to this particular email that you are seeing here, and follow this instruction. It says the subject of the email should be this, and please note that emails coming from Gmail or Yahoo or similar addresses are not accepted. So it must be those kind of company email, not the one that your school is using as gmail.com. No, if you send from something like that, it's not going to be accepted. So that is for the bachelor's level. So now let's go for the master's level. So for master's, you must have completed the degree apparently, and it says please note that higher national diploma is not considered comparable to a bachelor's degree. So even though in Nigeria, they already said HND and a degree is the same thing, these people still do not consider it. And it says that the admission requirement for most study programs at University of Iceland at the graduate level is to have finished a bachelor's degree with a first class grade average. So they're asking for a first class to be able to apply for masters. So you can find the admission requirements for all graduate programs here. So anybody who wants to apply for masters should do this by themselves. Now the document that is required. Now let's see if they actually did list it. So it says you should ask your institution that awarded your degree to send your document directly in a sealed envelope. So this is nothing new. It's the way it's been done in most universities around the world. The school where you graduated from, you ask them to send your transcript, or not just a transcript, and probably with your certificate as well, and it must be stamped. And it says you also need to ask your institution to send a confirmation of your graduation. So just follow all these instructions that are here. Now, this is for those who probably did not study in English. And I know in Nigeria we all studied in English, so we don't need this. There's no need to translate the transcript. Now, this is something that is very, very needed. Proof of English proficiency must be provided. And it stated that having studied at a university in Nigeria where the language of instruction was English does not fulfill the English proficiency requirement. So it says this detail here. Let's check the details. Let's check the details that's needed. So proof of English proficiency requirements. So now here it says TOEFL test, but then let us check if there are other tests that they are going to accept. All international applicants applying for international graduate programs whose native language is not English are required to provide proof of English proficiency in form of TOEFL. So they can use TOEFL, IELTS, Cambridge English, or PT English. So you can see, as I mentioned earlier, even the Duolingo is not accepted. So you are going to check how much it costs to write these exams. You take the exams before you decide to apply for, the courses here. So is it needed for undergraduate level? Yes. So for undergraduate, this is what you need. And it even specifically says only a few international undergraduate programs are taught in English. So which means if you are going here to study, you need to learn the language. Anyhow you want to learn it, you must learn it. Then for graduate programs, I think they have, more courses that are being taught in English language. So that is just the thing. So basically, at the end of the day, if there is anything you actually do not understand that has to do with the school itself, you have to reach out to the school. And this is it. It says you can contact them. So these people are not like Africa or Nigeria, whereby you send a mail or you try to call or something, they're not going to pick up and nobody's going to answer you except you go to the school directly. So if you send them a mail or you can call them just between these times, you should get a reply most likely most schools reply within 3 to 5 working days. Yes, they reply within 3 to 5 working days. So that is it about the University of Iceland. Now let me look for where you can actually check their fees. Okay, the registration fees. Let me see here. Okay, so it states specifically here that students at the University of Iceland do not pay tuition fee. Only an annual registration fee of 75,000 Icelandic krona. That is what you are required to pay. And it says international applicants will receive an answer regarding admittance by viewing the application status. Those accepted into the university will be sent various practical information. So, and the registration fee is non-refundable, apparently. When you are not paying school fees, do you still want to pay registration fee and want to collect it? Well, I don't know what that is, if it is not daylight armed robbery. So, if there's basically anything you need to know about the school, because I cannot cover everything here. I am not a representative of the school, but I'm just trying my best to give you the information that is required for you to be able to move, or apply to school abroad. So all you need to do is contact the university and they will give you all the necessary information that is needed for you to do so. So the other universities, well, I don't know, you can decide to go check them out yourself and see if they have the same requirements, but I have checked each and every one of them. They all needed students, international students basically, not only international students, even students from their country, to pay a certain amount of money per semester, not per year, and it's far more than that amount of money. Sometimes for some courses, probably 1 million krona, more than that. So we need to be very careful. That's why I picked this University of Iceland that follows the normal law as seen on this website. So if you want to move, now you've applied to school, you've been given the admission, and now you probably want to apply for your visa. So Iceland actually does not have an embassy in Nigeria or in Ghana, or probably in some other countries like that. I'm not so sure, but the best place where you can get information is to go to their immigration website. So this is it, the Directorate of Immigration for Iceland. So they have embassies that are issuing visa in different countries. So for example, let's say for those in Nigeria, where do they need to go to? Yes, this is it. They need to go to the VFS Global Office in either Abuja or Lagos, the Norwegian Embassy, there, the VFS Global Office. So go there and you can book an appointment, yes, with VFS Global, then go there and do whatever is needed. So all the documents that you actually need to submit for your undergraduate or postgraduate studies, you must have legalized these things, probably at the Ministry of Education or something like that. Yes, they will help you do it before you go ahead and submit. So I'm not really sure about the mode of applying for visas. For the Icelandic visa in Nigeria, probably you have to send it by mail or you have to apply online, but I feel you need to book an appointment with VFS Global first before you go ahead and do any other thing. Another very good thing you can do is the school in which you applied to can give you directions on how to apply for visa. So For those in Ghana, you have to go to the Danish embassy in Ghana, the VFS Global Embassy. For those in Ethiopia, yes, there is a Danish embassy in Ethiopia as well, in Addis Ababa. Go there and they are going to give you the needed instructions. So basically, this is just everything about studying or moving to Iceland. So like I said earlier, Iceland is, one kind of a very small country up north, and their weather is very funny. They have a very small population, and if you decide to move to Iceland, their visa processing is not very tedious. You have to learn the language so that you'll be able to thrive in that community. And it is also very possible to get a work permit. So all of these things, I'm going to be making video on probably getting a work permit in Iceland in the nearest future. And also, you can move with your family. So another thing that is very important while you're applying for your visa is your proof of fund. You need to have enough proof of fund, and for now, it is not so clear how much is needed for the proof of fund. But then, when you contact the school that you would be applying to, the school is definitely going to give you all the needed information. And again, even the immigration here, you can also contact them. Yes. So this is the contact us. So let's see what it's going to show. You can contact the immigration themselves. So, and they are going to definitely reply you. So just make sure that the website, when you click on the website, you change the language to English so that you'll be able to understand everything that is on the website. So basically, that is all about moving to Iceland. Now it is your decision to either decide to move based on the information I've given you. You see whether it is suitable for you and your family, and you decide to move. So that is it. In subsequent videos, I'll be making other videos about other countries that you can move to, the good and the bad, and then you weigh both options, then you can decide whether you move or not. So that's going to be all for now. So while we are still here, if you've not still subscribed, please do subscribe, like this video, and share to others, as this is going to help in making this video more visible to others so that they can get the information that is needed. So thank you very much. Until next time, have a great day.